What's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent. Hello, welcome to some nerd news. I don't know, we're just going to talk about some geeky news and stuff and things, but gameplay in the background, just some miscellaneous Overwatch. But it's actually a little bit relevant to our big story of the day, but we'll get to that. First things first, though. Love starting my day out with some free games. Deals of the day. They're not always free games, but this time we have 3 free games. There's actually probably more out there, and we're going to have more every single day, it being the holidays. You know it, better believe it. But the first game is going to be Layers of Fear at Humble Bundle. So this is going to be a first-person psychological, very jump-scary type of horror game. Of course, you could just watch some YouTubers play and watch their reactions, and that's how I know of this game. Quite the popular title, but hey, you don't got to spend any money. It's completely free, and if you like jump scares and stuffs, this is one of the better games-ish. It's still jump scares, though. I know it's kind of cheap, but if you're not a fan of jump scares and you want more of a slow burn, more of a creepy atmosphere, then try out the point-and-click adventure game OXENFREE, which I actually have here from my shared library, but still one of those games that you could totally just watch on YouTube, but then again, you're not spending any money. It's free. OXENFREE on GOG. And finally, we have Kingdom Classic that is also free on Steam. Steam doesn't too often give away free games like others, like Humble Bundle, GOG. But here we are. We got Kingdom Classic. Now, I actually have the next Kingdom. I need to play that. I'm kind of confused. Is it an expansion? Is it a sequel? I don't know, but I guess I'll just play both to find out for myself. But you should probably do the same because, you know, free. Okay, well, now that the deals of the day are out of the way, let's go ahead into our shout-out, which is going to be No Clips Horizon Zero Dawn's documentary. It's in a 1-hour full documentary on Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this is getting a shout-out because, one, this is my game of the year. I loved it, and this is coming from, well, I used to be an MMO-specific channel, and I play specifically multiplayer games and indie games, and Horizon Zero Dawn is a AAA single-player experience, but it's really kind of, the way I can best describe it is take Tomb Raider, take Monster Hunter, and then also throw in some Zoids, put it in a blender, and then the best outcome of that is what Horizon Zero Dawn is. We're actually doing a Let's Play streaming on YouTube, if you guys would click that, if it is showing in the bottom left there. It's like, hey, I'm streaming, yeah. I'm actually streaming the expansion of Horizon Zero Dawn right now, doing a Let's Play of it, and I'm having a freaking blast. So Horizon Zero Dawn, my game of the year, I definitely recommend it, and if you also love it or you're really intrigued by the game, which I think you should be, it's worthy of buying a PS4 for, then you want to also check out No Clips documentary. All right, guys, let's get into the news portion of the nerdy news. Life is Strange, Before the Storm, all episodes are now out. This is the prequel sequel. It's the successor to Life is Strange, but it is a prequel. You play as Chloe, and some of you guys probably played the first episode, and you may be waiting on the rest. Some of you probably are just waiting on the rest to come out. Well, it's now out. And reviews are in, it's decent, it seems. It seems pretty okay. I don't know if it's going to be as big of a life changer as the first one was, which was freaking artistic. It was beautiful. It was great. It was a fantastic story. Even if you don't buy this, even if you don't want to play it, I think that these are some of the best games, these type of games, generally point and click games, but Life is Strange especially was a fantastic watch for me. Watched it multiple times, a few streamers, you get to see a couple different paths, but just watching it like a movie is also quite enjoyable. But if you do want to buy it, now's the time. All the episodes are out. Though for me personally, because I don't think it has too much replay value and you can just watch other people play it, I would wait for a sale, but still, just want to let you guys know that is out. All right, now in quick news, those who love modding, actually creating new modifications for games, new storylines, new quests, or maybe some cute little horse armor that you don't have to pay for. And then those who love downloading those mods, great news for us guys. One of the biggest mod sites, if not the biggest, Nexus Mods, has announced that they will actually start allowing modders, to make money on a new donation-based service, which I think is fantastic. So now through Nexus Mods, the site will allow creators of these mods to start making money, at least easier. Now, sometimes you might be able to see stuff on Patreon, things like that. But basically, Nexus Mods plans to roll out a new donation system and storefront early in 2018, according to a recent post in the site's news section. So, it looks like donations as well as maybe potentially you could just straight up purchase them. I'm assuming it's going to work similar to itch.io, which is going to be like, hey, you can pay money for this, but if you just want it for free, you can download it here. But basically, the big important thing is that they're going to have a storefront, a web page where all of this goes through, where you get notified, hey, you can donate, hey, you can spend this money or if you want this premium mod, well, here it is. And the creators can actually make that premium. They can decide the prices, hopefully, and hopefully all of this is totally kosher. Hopefully it all works out and everyone's comfortable with it. Mostly, I would prefer donations. And I think a lot of people would donate to a lot of these bigger mods and even some smaller mods, and to help the creators that they really appreciate, because you can already see that on sites like Patreon, or whenever they're making these mods and streaming them, they get tons of donations as well. So that's great. I think it's going to give us bigger, better mods, and I think it's going to just allow more people to get into modding as a whole. And not only that, but like just stay inside the scene and continue modding and continue doing awesome stuff that we get to play. And now in spectacular news, we have a trailer for Mortal Engines. This is a book that I didn't read, could even be a series. I have no idea. I have heard the name spread out throughout forums here and there, saying it's pretty neat and stuff about cities, moving cities, roaming cities on wheels that end up devouring other cities. Sounds ridiculous, and I don't know if I should take this so sincerely if the book was taken seriously, but the trailer made it seem kind of like Mad Maxy ridiculous. So I don't know if I'm supposed to come into it thinking it's going to be just a good fun action time like Transformers, or if it's going to be more brooding and serious and hardcore. But I have seen some anime with some sort of concepts like this, like Chrome Shelled Regios, and some ideas here and there with more Eastern cultures. But this is generally, we see stuff like this in manga or maybe in comics, and I feel like this would make a really good book or comic. But as a straight to movie here, man, it's gonna be it's probably gonna be one of those movies where everyone's like, the book was better. I don't doubt that, but at the same time, it still looks so ridiculous that even if it's not trying to, it probably will be a fun time. So yeah, guys, get hyped for that. And now real quick, I wanted to say this before it actually started, but please remember that for PS4, there is going to be a new beta for Monster Hunter World, the 22nd. And unlike the last beta, you don't need PlayStation Plus to play it. So if you just have a PS4 and you're interested in playing a good freaking game where you hunt monsters with a couple of friendos, then you're going to want to go and download the beta the 22nd. It's going to last a couple days, I think till the 26th. And I just promise you, it's going to be the same beta. It's going to be similar. You know, it's going to be basically the same thing if you've already played it. But if you haven't played it, this beta is freaking good. There's a lot of content. There's like 7 monsters. One of them is secret. And there's just like so much content. All the weapons are just so engrossing. There's such good stuff here. I definitely expect way more Monster Hunter content from me. And I am actually going to be streaming and playing this beta all over again, even though I have Dauntless to play and Horizon Zero Dawn. It's just, oh my gosh, dude, this game has captured my heart. And so that's why I want to give you a heads up. Hey, the 22nd, there's another beta. Jump on it. But all right, guys, you probably clicked on the title for a reason. You wanted to get to this. So, all right, halfway through the video, let's start talking about this. And nerd news, there's really nothing bigger and better than talking about Blizzard games. It's great for getting views on YouTube. Everyone loves Blizzard games. I think that's just how they're designed, right? Blizzard games are just so well-rounded, so well-polished, and they have just the right amount of depth and they're intuitive enough that people can get into it and then sink their teeth into it and then just keep sinking and get kind of stuck there. Pretty much all of their games, that's just kind of how it works, and it's fantastic. I'm really loving Overwatch right now, despite the massive amount of toxicity that's in the ranked queue, but whatever. I'm climbing my way to Grandmasters. Probably not, but we'll try. Anyways, so the big news here is Blizzard is working on an unannounced first-person game according to some job listings. Now, this probably won't come for quite a little bit. As we know from Blizzard, they like to take their time with polish, and they take their time with everything, and they try to make the best, absolute biggest game that they can. And we kind of love them for that, or at least most people do, and some people actually hate them just because it's like, oh man, that game's popular, I can't play that game, I'm a hipster. Well, anyways, Overwatch is fantastic. Diablo 3 on PS4, at least co-op, is pretty dang good. StarCraft 2, I think, missed the mark a little bit, but is still one of the most massive games on the planet, and it's actually completely free. It's like the best free-to-play strategy game out there, so yeah, Blizzard definitely is hit or miss for many people, but at the same time, many people are jumping into the games, are playing the games, and are loving the games. You're really uncontested that Blizzard games are at least bottom level decent. So this new game that they're working on is going to be a first-person game. Now, we don't know if it's quite a FPS proper, but it's also going to have vehicles, and the vehicles it's going to be physics-based, apparently. Like, the game is going to be a full AAA game, and this probably isn't just some small little pixel cute little game that they're going to slap together, which some companies do that. They'll do like their big AAA games and then they'll have like little side projects on mobile and stuff. But that's actually where I'm going to be kind of assuming here what the future is going to be for this game. Now, we're probably not going to come out for a while, and this is probably completely wrong, but I'm just going to kind of look at what Blizzard has done in the past, which is they take ideas that like were invented by other people, and they kind of just smash all sorts of stuff together and basically make a better version. I mean, World of Warcraft and then Hearthstone. Really, I think the only games that missed the mark are StarCraft 2 being a sequel, and probably Heroes of the Storm. Though at the same time, Heroes of the Storm does do some novel things. Its optimization, its engine, and kind of its aesthetic are just a little bit off and wonky to some people. But even though Blizzard might be hit or miss, I think more often than not, they are hitting it. Their games are massively popular. They're fantastic. And with this new game, I can only assume that it's going to be a big AAA production. It might not be. Maybe they do want to do something different and jump onto mobile. Maybe it's a AAA mobile game. Maybe think something like RoboCraft, but on mobile. Maybe they could be doing that. That is kind of different. They haven't done something big and crazy like that. It's entirely plausible, especially with the mobile market being as big as it is. I mean, they do have Hearthstone, so I mean, yeah, I could see it. It's just weird. But anyways, I'm assuming that basically what they probably did was their old MMO, I think. They probably carved it into the lobby system with Overwatch, and then they have like this this whole other thing that they could probably make a game out of. So let me try to assume, maybe you guys remember Firefall? I was actually assuming that Firefall was going to be very similar to Blizzard's Titan, which is what got me excited in Firefall in the first place. Because I saw this trend of, you know, games like Project Genome and Firefall, and there was a few others like Huxley. And I don't even know, dude, a lot of games just died and dropped off the face of the earth. Well, Firefall did that as well. But there was a lot of this like sci-fi open world vehicular type of games. Dude, I even had the $100 vehicle in Firefall, and I was really excited for that. And I thought that Project Titan was going to be like that with Blizzard, but they turned it into Overwatch. So I could kind of see maybe if they wanted to do a big open world vehicular combat game, then maybe it won't be an MMO anymore, but I could see it being a Battle Royale game. I'm thinking Blizzard likes to jump on trends and make a bigger, better version of every game. Fortnite doesn't have vehicles, and Fortnite is, you know, it's Fortnite. It's great. It's standing its own. PUBG has vehicles, but its vehicular combat is weak. And Grand Theft Auto, you would think would have an amazing BR mode, but they kind of half-assed it. It's cool, and I put it in my top 10. But it's really more of just like a cute little event. Maybe they'll do a new BR event later, but that actually has like Twisted Metal level vehicular combat with like freaking, you know, LMGs on top of cars and stuff like that. But I think what Blizzard's probably going to do is going to focus more on maybe something like RoboCraft if it was a Battle Royale game. Maybe. I think it's probably going to be a BR game that more heavily focuses and emphasizes jumping in vehicles and finding big vehicles and, you know, getting a fast vehicle so then you can scoot across the map and go get the big tank, and then you know, party up with your team and you all man. Actually, that'd be fantastic if let's just say it's like Mortal Engines or something like that, where there's like such big, massive tanks and vehicles, maybe like Battlefield or PlanetSide, where you actually have multiple people having to man these vehicles. So if it's a team-focused and team-emphasized vehicular combat Battle Royale with the polish of Blizzard, then I think it could actually leave a mark. I think it could actually stand its own, because while PUBG does have vehicles, it isn't to the extent of PlanetSide or Battlefield. And Fortnite already is standing its own, definitely way far surpassing H1Z1 in its arcade-focused mechanics. I think this is the direction to go. And that's really all I can kind of assume here, just based on the past of Blizzard and really the trends of gaming right now. But then again, it could totally just be like a racing game on mobile. I mean, who knows? But Blizzard is known for taking ideas and making or attempting to make bigger and better versions, which they tend to succeed with. Really, I think the only technical failure, debatably, is launch Diablo, which Diablo 3, will launch Diablo 3, and also Heroes of the Storm. But those games have also, you know, they're definitely seated quite nicely where they are now, and debatably Diablo 3 is an amazing game now, especially on PS4 with the co-op. It's great. I love it. So what do you guys think is Blizzard's new game? I know we're just assuming here it's in the dark, but I think it's a really safe bet. Vehicular combat, team-focused BR game just sounds fun to me. I want that to be the case, and I honestly think, like, just looking at history, that's probably what Blizzard's going to be aiming for. But I know a lot of you guys are kind of burned out on BR games. They're just really explosive right now. But then again, we were kind of getting burnt out on MOBA, and Heroes of the Storm was actually really refreshing. So, let me know your thoughts and feelings on all the stories. Links down below, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay as well. My name's Skylent, and if you want more of this daily, nerd news daily, let me know with a like in the comments as well, a subscribe, and maybe you could peel some eyeballs on that Patreon. That's all I gotta say, guys. Keep that hype alive. My name's Skylent, and I'll see you again next time.